Hello, 10%ers. This is Michael with Trading Escapes. You can find us at tradingescapes.com. We are going to wrap up this week, the week of December 17th through the 21st, and see what trades we had, what we took, what we liked, what we didn't like. There's not a whole lot that I would have done different. We're ending the week up $554. We've got 5 green days. To some that may sound like a lot. To some that may sound like, why even bother? The point is that we're trying to have a month of discipline, consistency. We're trying to take trades. We're trying to trade a plan. That plan has a set of trades that we need to take. We don't want to overtrade. We want to trade what our setups look like, our ideas. We want to execute those ideas, and we want to manage those ideas. So beyond the dollar amount, I'm more pleased with the fact that we overall stuck to the plan. So, it's just saying that, the system's coming together. It's still going to be a year or 2 years before we really feel like we sit down every morning and we know what we're doing. And I want everybody listening to understand that that is the case. You don't jump into this. It's not going to be a week. It's not going to be 5 months. It's going to be years. It's a process. And you should enjoy that process. But you need to find a way. You need to find a way to keep moving through the markets during those times, right? I don't want to sit on the sidelines for the next 2 years. I want to be a participant. So anyway, $554, that's with 1,000 shares. We have the potential to trade anywhere from 10 to 20 times that size, so $5,000 to $10,000. But there again, the mental game comes into play then too. So, if I'm trading 10 times, my loss is $1,000 versus $100. Could I have executed those trades with that looming risk out there? With that risk on the table, could I still perform the same way? And that's exactly what this is about. Can you perform the same way? You need to practice. You need to paper trade. You need to trade real money. These are different phases of the game, and you have to condition yourself emotionally, mentally, so you can actually be in it and come out profitable. So we're going to walk through each day real quick and just have a recap of the week. So Monday was our best day. It came out 302, and it was technically from the setup probably the only green day we should have had. So let's throw the trades on here. We had one trade, and as basically we hit our trigger point here, we had a pullback up to the 9, and as it starts to fail back through, we jumped in at 1965, and you see just a nice easy trade. We get tested a little bit right here, but after that, just a nice easy trade down. Could we have taken more profit out of this trade? I would say not, because right at our target profit level, we had this pull up back to the 9. So it would have been really hard to hold through this and wait for this, and we shouldn't have. That would have been, quite frankly, bad management. So that was Monday. So we're, the reason it says $62 is because it's still Friday and we're still active. The market's still open. So that was today's trades. So that was Monday. So we're up 302 for Monday. The best trading day we had this week. One trade, nice easy trade. We were tested a little bit here. Our idea worked. Our execution was flawless, and management was perfect, because I don't think we should have tried to help hold this trade. So we come into Tuesday. Tuesday we had 3 trades, and we cleared $60 in profit. So again, $60 in profit, but at full size we're talking anywhere from $600 to $1,200 in profit once we get to that level. Now again, idea worked, right? We hit a trigger point, 50 cents off the low. The stock ran easily another 30 cents. Idea was there. Management or execution was great. We got in on this pullback to the 9, but we ended up getting stopped out. But management was good because we held. So 1934, 1924. So we got in at 34, pulled back to 24, and we got stopped out. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it did turn at the 20, and we got back in as it made a move back through through the 9. We held that for 15 cents. So we got in at 40, got out at 55. You know, we could have held a little bit longer, but you can see we almost pretty much, you know, hit the top there. This last trade, this is probably the only thing I would have changed, is I would have taken that off the table. We were up, you know, we took a loss. We were up after that loss, and we should have just stuck it, wrote it in the books, and moved on. Because it was, we turned a red day, should have been a red day, we turned it into a green day. We didn't need this third trade. So that's the only thing I would have changed for Tuesday is, you know, I would have taken this third trade off. That moves us into Wednesday. Again, basically 3 trades on Wednesday. We had a misstep here where this exit was actually 2 trades, but I'm not going to count that. That was, you know, kind of a technical issue. First trade, again, this technically should have been a red day. We had a runner in the morning, so we had, you know, a straight up. We jump in as it breaks our trigger. Perfect entry, so execution was perfect. And management, you know, this should have ended up being 60. So our trigger was right here. Okay, so this is where we entered. And from there, we held all the way through all of this, waiting for our you know, our profit target, and we missed it by 4 cents. Yeah, 4 cents. But we held, and we got out before we took a loss on it. So again, execution perfect, management was flawless, and we actually got out before we took a loss on it. Which again is part of the management because we ran 20 cents past our entry. Then we took a second trade. As we see, we break down through here, and basically we were waiting for it to make another turn, right? We're waiting for it to get some strength back, but it hits the 20, crushes down through the 20, and as it breaks the 20, we get in at 35, comes down, we hit a doji, we're watching it, the doji, basically, you know, the market, we got some indecision, it changes and starts pushing back up on us, we jump out and take profit. Those 2 trades should have been the 2 trades for the day. Third trade, we were basically looking for, you know, a trade to the upside, and to tell you the truth, it works out, but, you know, we probably should have just stuck with the 2 trades. So if I'd have changed anything, I would have stayed with the 2 trades, taken the, you know, kind of like Tuesday, stay with the 2 trades, taking the third trade off, even though the third trade eventually would have been a nice winner. So we were in, where did we get in at? We were in at, I'm trying to, because these entries are a little messed up here. Okay, so we actually took a short right here. I'm sorry. So yeah, I would have definitely taken the third trade off. So that's the only thing I had changed about Wednesday. Now we ended up green on Wednesday as well, and we were up $51 for the day. So it should have been a flat day because that first trade should have ended flat, and we came out positive at $51. And forgive me, guys, that day that we just went over was actually Thursday. It was yesterday. So, yeah, I don't know how we skipped over it. But that was Thursday. That was our runner day. So let's back up. We'll hit Wednesday. Wednesday took 2 trades. So the first trade was technically a loser. So what happened was we came up, we hit our trigger, we had a pull back to the 9. As it pulls back to the 9, we got in long to the long side at 56. So we're in right here, okay, right here. Perfect execution. We did exactly what we should have done. It pulls back, runs 10 cents down for a loser. So again, we held it, we did what we're supposed to do, our management was spot on. Now as we drop back down, we basically we move into a bearish trend, and we see this, the price action move down, and then takes a nice move back up to the 9, makes a move to the 20, and then starts to fail. And as it starts to fail, we get in at 38, basically spot on the 9, perfect. We ride that down. to a low of 23. Now again, since it's the second trade, we're not necessarily looking for our 30-cent profit target. We're basically managing this a little less quantitatively and just looking at the price action as it comes down and basically getting out when we have the feeling to get out, for lack of a better term. I mean, the low on this was 10. So, we ran 28 cents. We almost hit 30. But still, I wouldn't have changed anything about it. It was a red day. We changed it to a green day. Again, this is Wednesday, and we were up $51. And I need to make a correction about Thursday. I said, because we thought that was the Wednesday. Thursday, we were up $79. So again, full size, today, $51, that's 500 to 1,000. Thursday, full size, $79 converts into what? Almost $800 or $1,600. Then that brings us to today. We took 3 trades today, and basically we had the trigger point here. We had to pull back up through the 9, made a little jump, just a micro jump up to the 20. We get back in it as it fails back down to the 9. We ride it down, and the trade fails basically, and it starts pulling the wrong direction on us. So we're in at 77, and it pulls back, and we stop out at basically break even. The reason that the management on this was good was we ran down 20 cents from our trigger. So right here we hit 20 cents. When we hit 20 cents, that means we can cut our losses to break even. So that's why we moved our stop up to break even. And we took 2 more trades on this for some small wins, looking for it to push down back to the downside. The only thing I would have done different here is I would have held this. We should have held this first trade a little bit longer. Maybe maximize 20 cents out of this. Instead, we took 2 smaller trades. Obviously, we pull up to the 20, we fail back down, we get in at that point where it's failing back down. We could have easily held that down to the low, probably somewhere in here. So that's the only thing I would have done different. So we would have had 2 trades instead of 3. The second trade, the management would have, some proper management could have come into play. So all in all, we had a great week. We're green. We followed most of our rules. The plan was followed. Did we overtrade? Yeah, maybe. We had about 12 trades. I think we talked about taking, probably 3 of those off. So maybe we should have had somewhere around maybe 9 trades. But I won't complain. We can always get better. There's always room for improvement. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you're in the 10%. You're having a green week. You're learning. I'm not saying I'm teaching you anything. I think more the thing that you can learn from me is probably from my mistakes. So you can see what I'm doing. You can take a couple things that maybe are interesting, but you can also see what I'm doing wrong and what you would change. And if you want to share that with me, please, feel free. I would love to hear it because, again, we're 5 months in. This is the 6th month. We're just trying to find some consistency. We don't see this. We don't see ourselves as being traders at this point. We're looking for a year or 2 years to where we really fully understand what's going on, how we're, why the numbers are happening, why the price action is happening, all of that good stuff. So, anyway. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I know it's a busy weekend. Hopefully you get a little bit of time to relax. I'm feeling, okay. I thought maybe I'm getting sick. We'll find. We'll see. Hopefully I can stay it off. We'll take some vitamin C and have some hot tea or something. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon.